I'm Derek Manfield and you're watching Toffee TV.
Welcome to Toffee TV. It is me, Baz, here for the aftermatch reaction video for Sunderland 3, Everton 0. There isn't really that much to say. Where do we go with this season in terms of how the games we're playing at the moment? I can't judge any of the players because they're so poor. We've given the manager, criticism because we felt he deserved it. Stubbornness, inability to see major problems or basic problems that most of us can see. Yes, there's still some believers and people who see it differently. No problem with that. As always, this is my opinion. I just think he's got a lot wrong. But you know what? Tonight, I could sit here and hang him out to dry and have a go at him and everything else. That's been done. Tonight was about those lads that had the shirt on. And listen, the unprofessionalism in that side, there's, okay, things are bad when Everton return 2,000 tickets, I think it was. I think we only took 950 odd or whatever up there, which is incredible because we have an unbelievable away support. We have an unbelievable fan base anyway, unbelievable away support. So for us to only take around 1,000 is tells its own story for me. Team selection, I don't know. I don't know whether Roberto Martinez felt as though he had to play what looked like the strongest team possible for integrity to the league, maybe, and that's fine. That's fine. There was two other clubs whose Premier League status was relying on Everton. So I suppose if you would have put out the team that we wanted to see, that we done in the tactics show, probably would have been frowned upon, shall we say. But why was there no Kieran Dowell on the bench? And you could have easily put Kieran Dowell in that side with a lot of other experience. No one would have batted an eyelid. It wasn't to be. It was the same old, same old. But then, once Roberto Martinez has picked that side and those players crossed the white line, it's down to them. And there was just nothing. There's a horrible lethargy that is running through that side at the moment. I think, they just look devoid of everything. Absolutely everything. They're devoid of confidence, they're devoid of drive, they're devoid of hard work, they're devoid of cohesive passion, they're devoid of supporting each other. You go through that side. I think, to be honest with you, I think Joel, the first goal is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. He's trying to second guess a free kick and made to look a fool. It went down the middle and he was beaten. If it had been Tim Howard in goal, we would have destroyed him. So, Joel, I'm sorry, you're not getting away with it. It was pathetic goalkeeping for the first goal. The second goal was terrible. It was just really, really poor defending. And it was, I don't know whether it was McCarthy playing him on, but it was really, really poor. The lad finished it emphatically, but it was a really bad goal to concede. The third goal was bad goalkeeping and three lads hugging each other on the near post. Three of our players just deciding that. And listen, I know it's cold up in the northeast, but to have a group hug at a time when you're 2-0 down and it's a poor season, it's probably, for me, it's not the time to be team building exercises. Let's get into the group hug. Just have a look at it on the near post. It's bizarre. Bad goalkeeping, and he lasted in for the third. We offered marginally more in the second half. Going through the side, I think for me personally, only Matty Pennington at right fullback and Kevin Morales can come off that pitch and say, I give it a go. And I think Gareth Barry as well, to a certain extent, particularly in the first half, he looked quite good. I think he go through that side. Ross was abysmal. Rom, I'm not going to criticize. Listen, Lukaku's got, bigger things on his mind now in terms of the Euros, so I don't expect him to be hurtling around. I think he ran around. We didn't really give him any service, and the only real chance he had that he should have buried, he hit the crossbar when it was easier to score. That centre-half who had gone 15 games without a goal managed to put it in from a similar position. Lukaku missed it, but that's the way it's gone for him. I've seen a stat before, he's only scored 2 league goals since the turn of the year in 2016, and it's May. So, it shows how much his tail was probably knackered because he just gets left up on his own. Barkley, like you say, diabolical. I love Ross, and you know that I love Ross, but diabolical again for me. Cleverly, garbage. James McCarthy, less said the better. You could go through Funes, Murray, shaky and John Stones had a bit of a go, but again, lackadaisy. They could have, listen, Sunderland were by far the better side. They could have had 5, 6. We couldn't have complained. They were hungry, and they should have been. For them, this was the be all and end all. If we'd have beaten them tonight, I'd have questioned them massively because there was nothing on it for us, and there was loads on it for them. And they had that desire. They got the goal, and the belief spread from there. They fully deserved it, and they fully deserved to remain in the division because they've done it. They've got the points they needed. From our perspective, Sunday evening can't come quick enough, can it? But what a horrible season! What a horrible end to the season! What a horrible, horrible season! And I hope for Roberto Martinez's sake that Everton put an end to this tomorrow, being Thursday. I think there's a possibility it may happen because why subject them? There's an awards thing going on tomorrow night, and then there's the home game on Sunday, and I don't feel he deserves the abuse he's gonna get on Sunday. And the other thing with it as well, and me and Pat will probably go into this more on the final word, is the fact that if Everton leave him in place, it just causes a massive problem. And there's players there that are, Tim Howard, Leon Osman, Tony Hibbert, Darren Gibson, Stephen Pienaar, maybe a couple of others who have given the club good service. In particular, I'm talking Hibbert, Osman and Tim Howard. I don't expect to see any of those. Well, Howard we know is going. Hibbert's just had another knee injury. I can't see him. He's not going to be here next season as a player. Leon Osman, I'd be very surprised if he's here for another 12 months. And so they deserve a good send-off. And I think if the current regime is still in place, I don't think many are going to remain in the seats. There's nothing to clap anyway. It's been a shocking season in some respects. But those players deserve a better send-off, and they deserve an afternoon when the focus isn't on the manager and everything else. So I think for Roberto Martinez's dignity, for Everton Football Club's dignity, if it's going to happen, then they need to maybe do it tomorrow, Thursday, today. Now, I'm sorry this is late, by the way. I've been finishing my port sealing. Rubbish all over my hands. It took longer than expected. Obviously, stopped to watch the match, and that's why this is longer. And you didn't really want to know that, but I've just told you anyway. I think the club should do the right thing by Roberto Martinez now and put him out of his misery. Get the focus away from the manager. Get it back on those players. If it's David Unsworth or whoever takes the team Sunday, it's irrelevant. Put a couple of kids in. Norwich are down now, so there's no sign of disrespect or no one can say, well, whatever. You can just play a few of the kids now on Sunday, get the fans behind the team, and let's beat Norwich and let's go out on a positive note, and get the new man in as quickly as possible and move forward from there. Because I don't think, Roberto Martinez wanted to succeed at Everton more than anything. I wanted them to succeed at Everton. We all did. We wanted a young manager in place with great ideas and everything else. It hasn't worked out. Let's not, put him in a horrible, difficult situation, and let's not give the fans, put the fans under any more stress than they already are. People want to go to that game and enjoy the game of football, and they will feel as though they have to make it known whether they're happy or not. Well, they're not happy because the club, it seems as though the silence from the club is deafening. And I just think for everybody's sake, and I think for Everton as a club, they should do the right thing by Roberto Martinez and put him, spare him what could be a very, very uncomfortable 90 minutes at the weekend. His interview after the Sunderland game, he looks like he knows, he may not be in charge on Sunday. He looked like a beaten man, and I don't think he deserves that because he's tried to kick Everton on. It hasn't happened for whatever reason. I don't think it's for they want to try. I just don't think he's genuinely just not up to the job for what we want. And in this league, that style of football, I don't think is conducive to the Premier League. But it's not because he hasn't tried and he hasn't wanted to succeed, because he hasn't. I just think the club should end it now and let's just get Sunday done and dusted and let's all move forward. I haven't really got anything else to say about. I just feel for tonight's game, I think Sunderland were a better side. Fair play to them. They deserved the 3 points. They deserved to stay up. Great performance from them. I just think for Everton, every one of those players needs to have a long look at themselves in the mirror, bar, like I said tonight, bar half of Gareth Barry and Pennington and Morales, who I thought put the effort in. The rest were below par. There's that phone. Someone moaned the other day that my phone was buzzing. I'm really sorry. But yeah, the rest of them, shocking professionalism for me. Fans have made a journey up there for a nothing game on a Wednesday night. The least the players should do is put it in for them, because they're embarrassing themselves and those supporters. That's the way game. It's done and dusted. Like I say, me and Ped will be back on the final word. I think Ped's done a couple of videos in the stadium. I liked he was up there tonight. Catch it on that. Don't forget to subscribe. We're over 9,300 subs. Thank you very, very much for that. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. We want to get our Facebook likes up. And I'll catch you next time on Toffee TV. Take it easy.